In this week's Mobility Monday, I want to talk about the glute bridge with a march. So you see correct technique here. What I want to start with is how not to do a glute bridge march. So in this version here, I'm going entirely too fast and my hips are way up in the air, which means I was actually arching my back, which is going to take away some of the benefit to our glutes. So here, you see every time I march and my leg comes up, my hips drop down. In the glute bridge march, we want to maintain a steady, consistent hip position. Now in this variation, you see my hips came down and they actually stayed down during the march. So now I've essentially defeated the purpose of the movement. So we want to tilt the pelvis posteriorly, squeeze the glutes as tight as you can to drive the pelvis up into the air without arching your lower back. From there, I'm going to do my absolute best to keep my hips in a consistent position and go through a slow, controlled march. So why are we using this as a Mobility Monday video today? Because it kind of seems like I'm just talking about technique on a glute bridge march, right? Anytime that we tilt that pelvis like I talked about in the video and we squeeze those glutes tight and drive the hips upwards without arching your lower back, it's going to place a stretch or it's going to mobilize the front side of your hips. Most people need that to some degree, and when we contract the glutes to do that, it's a very effective way to do that. Not to mention by marching while we maintain that contraction, we learn to control the hips without moving from the spine, which is another important skill to have. So that's Mobility Monday. If you got any questions, feel free to toss them in the comments below. Have a great Monday.